Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Charlie Fox, and our channel will discuss everything and anything related to home automation. This is part 2 of our discussion to install Home Assistant on Windows using VBOX. So sit back and maybe grab a coffee. This is going to be fun and informative. So, as a recap, in the last video we just finished installing VBOX on our Windows machine. If you have not done this yet, I suggest you have a look at part 1, which I will leave a link to down below. Without further ado, let's get to it. The next step is to install the Home Assistant operating system on our freshly installed VirtualBox. Just in case you closed VBOX since our last session, go to your desktop and click on the Oracle VirtualBox icon to reopen it. Once you get back into the program, simply click the new icon at the top. Okay, cool. The next thing we want to do is give it a name we will remember. I am going to enter Home Assistant. Next, cruise down to the Type field and select Linux. Under Subtype, select Other Linux. Now click the Next button to continue. Okay, this is where we tell VBOX how much memory and the number of CPUs it can use. Depending on your computer, you may have more or less memory than me, and the same is true for CPUs. The minimum is 2 GB of memory and 2 CPUs. I have a pretty beefy machine, so I am going to use 16 GB of memory and 8 CPUs. Now click the Enable EFI to enable it. Awesome! Now click the Next button to continue. For the virtual hard disk, select Use Existing Virtual Hard Disk. Then click the folder icon to the right. Now click the Add icon at the top. Now navigate to your download folder where you extracted the VDI file to earlier. Cool. Now select the file and click the Open button at the bottom. Now click the Choose button at the bottom. Now click the Next button to continue. Now click the Finish button at the bottom. Awesome. We are just about done. Just one more step, and we are ready to go. Just click on the Settings icon at the top. Then click on the Network tab on the left. Then in the drop-down, simply select Bridged Adapter. Then click the OK button at the bottom, and we are ready to rock this thing. To start this thing up, simply right-click on Home Assistant on the left and select Start, and then Normal Start. Now it will display a whole bunch of goobly goop and take a few minutes. Wahoo! Home Assistant is now running. Now we just need to open our browser and enter the URL http://homeassistant.local:8123. In my case, I already have another instance of this running on my network, so I am going to use the IP address at the top to access mine. Now sit back, have a coffee, or take a break. This is going to take a little bit of time. When it is done, you will see a button called Create My Smart Home. Click that button. Now create a name for your smart home. Then create a username and a password. When done, click Create Account. Next, we need to enter our location. Simply enter your address and then click the Next button. Be sure to help out the Home Assistant team by sharing your data if you want by checking each box. Now click Finish and you are done. You will notice Home Assistant has already discovered many of our devices on the network. Well, That is a wrap on this install tutorial. We will dive deeper into Home Assistant in our next video.